Good morning. I'm Johnny Scoville, and this is Chase the Heat. Woke up to, without exaggeration, it was over 40. And I guess it's not that many, but over 40 emails last night. Some of them were super supportive. Some of them just thought I'm the worst person in the whole world for the videos I did yesterday. Man, you raise your eyes at people who are scared of the truth. And I don't care what arena we're talking about. If somebody's around you and they're scared of the truth, take a wicked note of who they are and stay away from them. Hey, brush with death. We're going to talk about that. Vermont Company, Vermont Pepper Project, brush with death. Forget about it. Hey, listen, I spent a lot of time in Vermont. A lot of time skiing Killington. I cut my teeth on Killington. Big fan of Vermont. Anyway, I got these sauces. Before I do, I want to show everybody, in case you missed yesterday's video, we have some new merch in the merch store. This is one of the coolest shirts ever. Please look at it. Capsaicist. It says, masochist, receiving pain. Sadist, giving pain. Capsaicist, embracing pain. This is a wicked cool shirt. This is in johnnyscoville.com right now. Please check it out. It's a great shirt. This one is also in the App Store. This, it's not fire in the hole, it's fire hole. It's something that happens. But what this is a fantastic conversation starter. All right? We've all been there. And then, this is probably more for the fellas. We've all been there too. The old dreaded fire hose. These shirts are in the johnnyscoville.com. There's a link in the description box. But I'm excited about a brush with death. Right there, right across, like right through that wall, right there. Like literally right there. I had a brush with death 4 months ago. I was dehydrated. If you're brand new to the channel, here's the thing. Every time I do a video, I promise you, somebody will be seeing that video and seeing me for the first time. So since I'm reviewing a sauce called a brush with death from my old stomping grounds, I'm going to tell you about my brush with death right there on the other side of that wall. I had just moved here and I was dehydrated. I sort of lived my entire life on the verge of dehydration just because it was an inconvenience to going to the bathroom all the time, and I would just end up, listen, I was really dehydrated bad and I died. My brother found me. My lips were blue. I wasn't breathing. My heart wasn't beating. They got me to the hospital and my temperature was like 80, my body temperature. My heartbeat was like 39 beats a minute. Or 36 or something ridiculous like that. My blood pressure was 54 over 32 or something absurd like that. I was swirling the drain, the doctor said, but they got me on IVs and a lot of fluids, and I am good. One of the reasons I bounced back so well is because I have great organs, they said. To which I thought was hilarious because I'm a good boy now, but I partied a lot when I was younger. So this is a brush with death. I just shared with you my brush with death. My brother, Tommy Scoville, saved my life, gave me CPR, got me to a hospital. If he wasn't there, I was dead. Made in Vermont, people. A Vermont pepper product isn't just a delicious hot sauce. It's a lifestyle. Enjoy the locally made, naturally sourced bottle of Vermont raised peppers. Let's keep the party going. Boy, I'll tell you what, Vermont was a party place. I went to the University of Vermont. VTPepperProject.com. They're still talking about me in Vermont at UVM. I promise you they are. Promise you. They say this is a screaming hot one. The ingredients are pineapple water, Carolina Reaper peppers, scorpion peppers, apple cider vinegar, orange juice, rum, coconut oil, gotta love it, coconut oil, basil, Garlic, honey, salt, and black pepper. We are naturally vegan and gluten-free people. Here's the funny thing about Vermont. It's weird. I grew up there. All my youth was in Vermont. I don't know if anybody else in Vermont has ever had this feeling. I've talked about it with my brother and other people. I've been in different states and I'll see a car on the highway. I'm like, oh my God, the car says Vermont. I'll pull up and I swear to you, they look like Vermonters. It's the weirdest thing. We have a look. I'd love to hang with the guys that make this sauce. I really would. It'd be so much fun. Anyway, I'm excited about this one. A brush with death, people. Can I tell you what my brush with death was like? Strangest thing in the world. Well, I remember feeling really terrible. I was playing guitar in my living room. And as a guitarist, every once in a while you're in the zone, and I was just in the zone, really playing well. And I all of a sudden just started sweating, didn't feel good, went in the kitchen. Next thing I know, I was on my way to the hospital, essentially. But when I went out, like I was essentially transitioning, and my heart stopped. My lips were blue. I was not breathing. A sternum rub didn't work. The only person a sternum rub doesn't work on is a dead guy. So it was bad, but I gotta tell you, in that moment, when I remember sitting in the chair, and that's the last I remember. I had fallen out of the chair and I was done on the floor. Cross it over. And I'm telling you, I had the most amazing sense of peace and comfort and peace. Here's the thing, the feeling is peace, but there isn't a word for it because it's way beyond what peace is, but it's that same feeling, but beyond that, beyond just saying peaceful. It was something surreal. It was like, I was bummed out. Not bummed out. I guess I was a little bummed out. I was in a good place. I felt so good. But that's what a brush with death was for me. Now, here's a brush of death from Vermont Pepper Project, excuse me. Here's the poor people. I'm excited about this one. Okay, hold on. Oh, it's got a great aroma. It's a pineapple. I can really smell the pineapple. I can even I'm getting the citrus too from the orange. I'm Johnny Scoville, guys. My mouth is watering like Pavlov's dogs. It's a bird. It's JC. Wow. Remember that sauce that I talked about yesterday? I won't talk about it today. This would give that sauce a run for its money. This is a wicked hot sauce. It says it's 5 flames out of 5. The boys from Vermont don't lie. This is a screaming hot sauce. And the taste is wonderful. I don't taste the rum, but if you removed it, it wouldn't taste the same. The orange flavor was way more prominent than in the ingredient list. It's in the ingredient list, for instance, it's a little bit more than halfway through, but it's I really picked up the citrus from the orange. Certainly picked it up from the pineapple. Now, here's the crazy thing. You get this mouth burn from the scorpion, and you get this throat burn from the reaper. This is a delicious sauce. Guys, get this tested. I'll bet you this is hotter than that sauce I was talking about yesterday. This is you guys want a hot one? Here you go. This is a great sauce. Piping hot. Man, it's so funny. Most people were like, okay, it makes sense, you know, 2 different labs, just talking about what happened yesterday. 2 different labs, 2 different bottles of sauce, both came about the same. So that's how hot the sauce is. A lot of people were surprised. I know a bunch of people who weren't. I really didn't know how it was go because I didn't know what was going to happen if the labs or if it was going to be a similar batch. Because here's the one thing I know. Peppers can change. Some peppers are hotter one year than others, and that's just, so I've had sauces where one year I'm like, man, it would seem to be hotter last year. I've experienced that. So there is a little bit of that. So that can account for a little bit. So if it's supposed to be around 2 million and it's $1.7 million, having an off year with peppers can account for some of that. But if a sauce is supposed to be over 2 and it's under 100,000, that is a PR problem. Is what that is. Anyway, that's a delicious sauce. I wonder if I have any trivia. Do you think? Let me just check and see real quickly if I have some trivia, because I think I might. Hang on. Oh yeah, we've got some more cat trivia. Okay, you ready? Cats are emotionally very intelligent. Fact. Your cat's going to know when you're sick, going to know when you're sad and happy, depending on how attached you are to your cat. It'll always be smart enough to detect your mood and feelings. They can also sense hormonal changes. True story. They have incredibly expressive vocalizations. Because if people that are not cat people just think they meow. A typical cat has an impressive range from meow sounding like hello for announcing itself loudly to meow like his protest or disappointment. Listen, I had a cat, my brother had a cat named Ralph, and Ralph he'd say, I love you. Oh, I swear to you, he'd talk. You've heard videos. I had it on tape. I did. I had it on audio tape once. But cats are super, super, super vocal. This one here, you know what Squirrel does? Squirrel has an indoor voice and an outdoor voice. When she's inside, she meows and does all those vocalizations I just mentioned. The meow and the meow and a lot of variations to it. Out here, it's the chatter. When she gets out here, whether she sees a bird or not, because that's usually what triggers that kill chatter noise, that little clicking chatter noise they make. The second she's outside, she does that, whether she sees a creature or not. And that's kind of odd, because usually cats only make that sound when they're seeing a bird or a potential prey is when they usually make that noise. And Squirrel will make that noise the minute she gets outside. That's how she communicates. It's really funny. Man, I love cats so much. I'm sorry, I'm just such a cat guy. The average cat sleeps for 16 to 18 hours a day. Cats are naturally somnolent animals. They like sleeping most often in most actions, even when you're cuddling at it. A typical cat can sleep cumulatively up to 18 hours a day. This translates to about 70% of their lives snoozing. Another weird thing is cats, they never stop smelling or hearing when they sleep, and I read that, which sort of suggests that other creatures may, I don't know. But Squirrel is bizarre. She was sleeping, and I said this the other day, but if you didn't see it, it's worth noting. I was in the office the other day, and she has a basket she sleeps in when we do videos. And it's like it's part of her show. It's she gets her role. Her job is to sleep during videos, and she'll crash there. I dropped something loud enough that it made a significant noise, a noise that is going to startle a sleeping cat. Because you know how cats are. You go, cat's going to jump. It didn't flinch. Its ears didn't move. It didn't do a thing. I was like, I petted it to see if it was okay. She picked her head up, meowed at me. She's just a very comfortable cat. I've never seen a cat as comfortable in their surroundings as this one is. Cats touch noses when they're greeting each other. If you have, dogs sniff each other's butts. If you happen to have more than one cat in your household, you'll notice that once in a while they tend to touch each other's noses. That's a strange way of greeting each other. I've already read this one. They have 32 different nose muscles in their ears. They can do a lot with their ears. Anybody who owns cats, they know. They snore. A typical cat is a chronic snorer and grunter in their sleep. The snoring sound is often loud depending on the size and breed of the cat. They have a loud snoring sound that you can hear from a room away. I love that. And you know the other thing that's really cool? Have you ever felt cat breath on you? Squirrel does this every once in a while, and she doesn't do this often. Every once in a while, you'll be sitting there, she'll come up to you, and all of a sudden, she'll have a wicked interest in your face. And she'll come up and sniff your face, and she'll get so close that you can feel her little breath on your face. It's the cutest thing. And I said to my brother that, I said, man, you can feel her breath. I said, I wonder how many people, like 8 billion people on the planet, I wonder how many of them can say they've felt cat's breath on their skin. It's a cute thing. They mark their territory by rubbing off their scent. The cat will always rub itself on its owner to mark its territory. That's what they're doing. They'll rub its forehead and chin on you because they have scent glands there. And that's their way of saying, I love you, you're mine. It's pretty cool, isn't it? I have just a few more. We're going to stop, and it's going to end the cat things for a while. I'll find more. Trust me. I've already talked about this one, but worth noting again, cats proven to help lower blood pressure and heart rate. Since it's vital, that is vital. It means that as a cat owner, you are 40% less likely to suffer from cardiovascular diseases. People, if you have a cat, you're 40% less likely to have cardiovascular disease. %, not 4. 40. They purr to express different feelings. I've talked about that. You know, sometimes if they're hurt or stressed out or anxious, they'll do it as a self-soothing mechanism. This is an interesting one. I'm going to end on this one. This is one I did not know. Who knew this one? Cats suffer from acne. Acne problems are actually quite common in cats. Often they develop acne around their mouth and chin. Usually the breakout tends to be common with cats with long hair or skin folds, like your hairless cats. All right, that's going to do it today. Really enjoyed the sauce. I love the boys from Vermont. Brush with death. I had one, and you know what it does? I don't have a death wish. I remember when the first time I skydived, I've had people my whole life saying, you got a death wish, and I don't. I got a life wish. But I think the closer that you come to death, sometimes the more you appreciate the life you got. There's a bird. Would have made the cat chatter. All right, in the description box, you're going to see a link for Vermont Pepper Project. Please check them out. Anything from Vermont is pretty good. Right there, you're going to see my son, Tommy's. Oh, that's my brother there, Tommy. There's Johnny Squirrel Jr., my son. He's got a great channel. Check him out. He's a good kid. He has great videos. There's Tommy Squirrel, my brother. He's a good dude. Please check his channel out right there. All the challenges I've ever done and pepperology there for all the new chili heads. We're going to eat peppers this season. Who's eating peppers with me? Let's sound off. I'm Johnny Squirrel. I love you guys. This was Chase the